Merhabalar ve bu isim fiiller dersine hoş geldiniz. Hello and welcome to this verbal nouns class. I was just thinking about the pioneers because without the pioneers, we wouldn't have such a strong church in the whole world. And I think their example really made for pioneers later in the church and pioneers that followed them throughout the history of the church. So I'm really grateful for them and that we get to be pioneers today, especially with missionary work in Turkey. So let's get started with talking about verbal nouns, pre-verbal nouns and verbal nouns 1 before we get into verbal nouns 2. So how would you say I want to go? Gitmek istiyorum. How could you say the Lord wants to bless? Rab kutsamak istiyor. All right, and let's review verbal nouns 1 real quick. How would you say I am starting to write? Ben yazmaya başlıyorum. How could you say I am starting to understand? Anlamaya başlıyorum. All right. Now let's head into verbal nouns 2, specifically with Gerek and Lazım. Let's talk about the meaning and form before we practice and apply. So you are going to use this grammar anytime you want to say, I need to blank. So I need to go, I need to eat, I need to go to the bathroom, I need to write, we need to be baptized, we need to repent, all right? And the form, how do you build this? So it's a regular verbal noun. Take off the K, the letter K, so you just have the me or ma on the verb. So it could be gitme, yazma, okuma, anlama, tanışma, gelme, all right? And then you possess it, okay? And then you add gerek or lazım. Gerek is the Turkish way of saying it. Lazım is more Arabic way to say it, but it's also Turkish. They both mean the same thing. They both mean need. You could also add a yor to the end of this to say like it is needing. And notice the subject is this verb. So the subject is not ben. If you say benim, the subject is here. Okay, let's look at some examples of this. Gitmem gerek. You could say benim gitmem gerek. My going is necessary. This is the subject, my going. Gitmem, I need to go. You could also say gitmem lazım. Same exact thing. Or you could say gitmem gerekiyor. Same exact thing. The important part to remember is this is a possessive suffix. So for benim, senin, onun, bizim, sizin, onların, it would be benim gitmem, senin gitmen, onun gitmesi, bizim gitmemiz, sizin gitmeniz, onların gitmeleri. All right, so correct yourself as we're going through these examples. Translate after I say it in English, and let's go for it. We need to repent. Bizim tövbe etmemiz gerek. Bizim tövbe etmemiz gerekiyor. Bizim tövbe etmemiz lazım. All right, I need to repent. Benim tövbe etmem gerek. Benim tövbe etmem lazım. Benim tövbe etmem gerekiyor. All right, you, so sen, informal, you need to be baptized. Senin tövbe etmen gerekiyor. Senin tövbe etmen lazım. All right, you guys need to go to church. Sizin kiliseye gitmeniz gerek. All right, let's expand on this, expand this sentence a little bit. Add in an için in there. So you could say something mak için, something mek için, which means in order to, verb. All right, so I need to eat in order to live. Remember, we translate from the end. Yaşamak için yemem gerekiyor. All right. You need to feel the spirit to know the truth. Hakikati bilmek için kutsal ruhu hissetmen lazım. Let's do one more. I'll write this out. In order to be baptized, you need to go to church. Or you need to go to church in order to be baptized. All right. Both of these would be the same in Turkish. Vaftiz olmak için kiliseye gitmen lazım. Vaftiz olmak için kiliseye gitmek lazım. Or I'm playing around with it a little bit, but you could also make them both verbal nouns. Vaftiz olman için kiliseye gitmen lazım. Or you can say it in a general way. Vaftiz olmak için kiliseye gitmek lazım. In order for one to be baptized, one needs to go to church, right? You can make them both infinitive. You can make them both verbal nouns, possessed. You can make one a verbal noun and one just infinitive. You can play around with it, and it all makes sense. And we'll see you in the next verbal nouns video.